Corps' fire chief says 2 kids got lost in the woods near Skunk Creek Friday night and were found cold and hungry Saturday morning. Fox News reporter Joe Salvatore spoke to the father of one of the kids today.
The problem sounds simple enough.
Decided to go squirrel hunting, and they walked out in the woods and everything. Then it got dark, and they couldn't find a way out.
Stephen Stewart and his wife became worried when their 9-year-old son, Stephen, didn't return home at dark on Friday.
Me and my other daughter went riding around the neighborhood looking for him, calling his name, going to his friend's house, knocking on the door, and they ain't seen him.
They learned that their son went into the woods with a 13-year-old who was also missing. Stewart called the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office, and the Bons Corps Fire Department were called in to help with the search around 9:30. Several agencies were involved in the search, including Kloss Kids Foundation, which brought dogs. But it was ultimately the Bon Secours Fire Lieutenant Joe Parker and 2 junior firefighters who found the lost boys.
Joey called in the coordinates that they have ran into very wide water, deeper water, and thick brush that was virtually impassable. And but they kept making their way through it, and they were hollering out the kid's name, and eventually they hollered back and made voice contact.
Stewart says it took the rescue crew about 25 minutes to get the kids out of the woods through Newberry Lane.
When they first found them, they were pretty cold and it was hard to move around. And the kids actually made a bed and was going to sleep the night there.
Stewart says he's thankful to all the agencies that helped locate his son.
His hands was purple. He was cold because temperature dropped down real low, and he had nothing on but a T-shirt. His body temperature was 92. So we had to take him to the hospital, get him heated up and everything. I asked him, was he all right? And he said, yeah. He said, I'm hungry. And I knew he'd be hungry because he eats all the time.
Stewart says his son is back to playing, but says he won't go into the woods again. In Foley, Joe Salvatore, Fox 10 News.
Chief Shoenight says if you plan to go in the woods, he recommends taking a compass, flashlight, and wearing clothes that will keep you warm.